Hello, my name is Lacey Swack, and I'm going to be discussing my MSW program professionalism rubrics for each of my classes. So for the first professional behavior, I scored myself a 5. I attended all of my classes and any related meetings, such as licensure prep meetings. I also attended the meeting with Dr. Sales that she offered to discuss after graduation opportunities, which was very helpful. I was on time for class and I did not just leave class for no reason. If I had something to go to or something to tend to, I would let my professor know beforehand that I was not able to make it, or that I was needed to leave early. I believe I only missed one of my family's classes, which was allowed. We were allowed to miss one. All the other meetings I attended, I was also prepared ahead of time for class, tried to show up early, and each class meeting. I believe I also participated in my class meetings. If I did not participate, then I was obviously engaged, and some of those times I would ask questions if I was confused. For collegiality, I scored myself a number 4. I have been honest on all of these, but I want to be especially honest for this one. I let my emotions get the best of me in response to one of my classmates on a discussion board in my 6:30 policy class. And I received feedback from the professor for that, and I ended up apologizing for my actions, or for my words, rather, and let them know and the student know, the peer know that I was sorry and that I apologize and that I'm still learning, and that I'm still navigating my professional values and all the biases that may come with that. Other than that, I exuded professional email and phone communication, as well as an ethical social media presence, in especially the Instagram posts that were fun to do in our policy class. For the third professional value, growth and development, I believe I scored myself a 5. I responded to instructor feedback, whether that was put on Blackboard or whether that was emailed to me personally. I practiced self care, and in several of my field journals, I discussed my self care plan that I keep up with, and how I manage my weekly schedule. I believe I showed critical self awareness with managing the biases that we hold, um, and I believe I also managed my professional and personal challenges outside of the classroom setting. I believe that I performed a leadership role in a couple of my group projects, or I would help our group leader out with any of those things that they needed help with. For professional value number 4, communication, I scored myself a 5. I was respectful and supported my peers and my relationships with them. I was always respectful in my videos, such as the field journals, as well as my papers that I would submit. Um, I was empathetic towards others in class, and did not try to start an argument with them or contradict or tell them they're, oh, you're being contradicting or whatever. Um, I think I also was refraining from inappropriate self disclosure. I think there's a difference between, being vulnerable and sharing with the class something that might help and might help another person want to talk about that topic. Um, and then I think there's also a time when it's inappropriate to disclose something. I was also displaying anti-oppressive language to others. Wasn't cursing or anything in my classes. Um, for my for the last professional value, adherence to social work values, I scored myself a 5. I was committed to practicing ADEI, and consistently looked for any type of policies in my placement that exuded those. qualities, and I also was let my clients know that there is confidentiality. You whatever you say is stays in this room, doesn't leave the room, and as well as in the classroom. Um, and then lastly, I exhibited focus on the dignity and worth of a person. Throughout all of those, I maintained the sections of the NASW Code of Ethics. Thank you.